Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. My name is Martin. I'm your host, joined by Luke, Rich and Ed. Good evening.
Evening, mate.
Good evening.
Right. I want to get something straight out the gate. Anyone in the chat is abusive or anything, they're going. It's not going to be tolerated. Take your bed wet in other places. It's not going to be acceptable. People can criticize. You can do whatever you want. Be pep out if you want. Dance up and down on a cemetery. Do whatever you want. Have a dance. Do whatever you want. Chuck your toys out the window. TV can go. Chuck the bed out the window. Smash up the lounge, whatever you fancy. But that's it. It's not going to be on here. This is not a space. This is not going to be treated like space. Let everyone else do what else. One more thing. Thank you to the people who sent me lovely threats and deplorable stuff over the last 24 hours. That's very nice of you. Appreciate that. So if you think I'm going to give up my time for hours and hours and all the time until 5 a.m. in the morning giving out information, you can kiss my rosy rear end. There's a new thing that's happened today. We want to call people out on shows. We're not going to do that because we're adults. We're not children. We are all allowed different opinions. So we'll just get that straightened out the way. Hope you're okay, lads.
Yeah, I'm fine. But, well, it's not acceptable to all the abuse going on. I'm sure it's not just you, Mark. I'm sure other people as well. But it's mad how a game of football rattles so many people. It's a game of football, lads.
Some people don't have lives.
No.
Yeah. It's amazing how all perspective has gone as well. Like, yeah, it is amazing. Like, you know, you kind of understand the meltdowns when you've lost, 12 of your last 13 games and you're, genuinely playing terribly. You've deserved to lose them. But when you draw a couple of hard games, very hard games, at a time you've got a few players away with injury and AFCON, and actually you should have won both games on the chances. You just weren't quite clinical enough with final passes and just doing things that, do things at 90 or 95% instead of 100, and they're not good enough in the Premier League. But I've been quite staggered by some of the meltdowns in the last few days. I mean, I thought after the game, the topics of conversation were pretty obvious to me. One is Rodri coming back and playing well, and that to me should be the best piece of news we've had all season. I thought him being able to come back, play 90 minutes instead of Nico, and actually look pretty good, I think was amazing news. And I thought there would be some real excitement about that, even with the equaliser. And then the injury crisis, which is, happened again at centre back, where it happens, and it's players who are usually fit and young and not issues who've gone injured, and it's happened at the same time as Ait-Nouri. So, Ait-Nouri being away. So I thought we'd be talking about those two, and instead of seeing all over social media these absolute meltdowns, sack the manager, worst City side ever, Foden can't play, Nico made the biggest mistake in Premier League history, and I just was a bit jaw dropped, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, you're on mute, mate.
Sorry, apparently I am policing the football club.
Police.
I have my followers. Speaking of a follower, how you doing, Ed? My fellow Martin follower. How you doing?
Big up the chat. Big up the panel, as always. We have a great panel on tonight, and we have a lot to get into.
See, I'm going to
wish
by the way,
Marty
sorry, Ed,
speedy
I'm gonna call
recovery
this
as well.
Amar, you need to be careful what you write in other chats, because they get seen, my friend. So all I'm going to say, be careful what you write in other chats about me and Ed. People see. That's all I'm going to say. I love that. People slag you off in another chat, and then they come in and they go, hi. Yeah. You're like, what? Yeah. Everything gets seen, including the football club and the players. But anyway, let's get into it. I was going to do Chelsea, but I wasn't. We're going to get into the... I will do next time, mate. Send me an email. I will do just tonight, with it being so a little bit fractured, a little bit tense.
Yeah.
I'll bring you on Thursday. If you're free Thursday, let me know I do. It's only just to help you as well. Everything's a bit up and down at the minute, mate, but I will get you on, promise you. So just email me. Right. Josko Gabardio has now been confirmed. He's going to be out probably the rest of the season. He has broke his leg. Well, a fracture in his ankle-ish area. Yeah. He's going to be out. We wish him all the best. Wish him all the very best. Quick recovery. I hope he gets well. I know he's posted something out tonight as well. You could tell straight away he was done. Diaz, he's going to be out a little while as well. Talking weeks on that. Don't know what that injury is. Ake was basically strapped up on the knee and told to just go and see what you can do. He's basically not great either. Kushinov is also injured.
The whole defence pretty much gone. Both centre-backs.
So, yes, they have called Max Allain back from Watford.
Mm-hmm.
They have opened negotiations for Matt Gay. Eric, not my fault, mate. That's a YouTube issue. It's YouTube, not us, Eric, so I do apologise. We've got them on minor. It's what YouTube do. So, yeah, we have opened it. Crystal Palace will come back with a very stupid amount of money, because they would.
Well, knowing what our position is, they know that we could
Yeah.
lose tens and tens of millions. So they can probably add 15.
It was 40. It was over 40 million when we're getting quoted.
I'm not surprised because I reckon a sensible fee for him now is probably about 25, and they're probably thinking we can get nearly double that because City could lose tens of millions. So
yeah,
if you were Palace, you'd be asking for 50, even if that's a stupid amount. And the question is how much.
Phil Foden is also carrying a knock, but he was in the gym today.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we are the walking wounded right now.
Last year all over again, isn't it? Last year all over again.
Yeah, so I've got to feel. Well, I think it's worse than last year because we haven't even got any centre backs now. We've got nobody. To take your boots on Wednesday, you might get a game. I might take my boots. I might get a game at centre back, boys. I might get a game. People have been asking me all day about Victor. He's no recall.
Crap.
It's happened so far. I don't know whether that will. It's more of, do you bring Victor Hayes back and chuck him in the deep end when he's doing so well at Girona?
Yeah, and it's not the time to bring in that kind of defender, is it? Overseas, skillful, forward. You'd be better off bringing in, one of the others who's more of a bit more battle hardened.
I don't. I mean, listen. To me, this is worse. I've never seen this. Is right now we've got 10 people, 11 if you want. If Foden is, don't think Foden's too bad, but you're at 11 out.
Savinho's
9 injuries, 2 at AFCON.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Time for God to come back, the Barnsley Beckenbauer.
Oh, yeah.
Time for him to come back and, step in.
Also, probably get Egypt out ASAP, but obviously so far not really.
How's it going with Nico G? What's his?
Much better. He should be back, hopefully.
It was just bruises, wasn't it?
The problem is you're having to rush people back.
Yeah.
Right now. I think, I said this, it wouldn't even surprise me if they stuck an injection into Ake, strapped his knee up and went, good luck on Wednesday, lad.
Yeah. The question is, and I doubt it's going to be Wednesday, but do you think they'll play Rodri centre back? Yeah, if Nico G and Rodri are both fit.
No, Nico G is still not fully fit. Yeah.
Okay, but when he's fit, if we've got both of them, they may Rodri's played centre back for Spain, I think a dozen times. So they could play him back at centre back and Nico G in the 6, and that could be an option.
We don't encourage that. No, we're not bringing back Martin De Michelis.
The general Otamendi.
Jamal Simpson-Puzzi is back as well, so maybe we can. I don't know.
But apparently,
Puzzi's leaving, but they can bring him back. At the moment, Kushinov has got a knock as well. Yes, Foden has the knock. Foden is in the gym. We'll see how he is. Nico G's not fully fit. Palace are asking silly money for Mark Gay. Now I get everyone's going to say pay it.
Yeah,
I get it. Everyone was going to say pay it.
Well, we've already effed around and now we're finding out. So something has to be done.
But this is what I said earlier. I just said this earlier on that show. Well, I'm the kind of person who wouldn't pay £500 for a £30 ticket. So why would I encourage City to go and do it?
Best of possible, wasn't it? Best of
well, because do we want to make Champions League football?
Yeah. What you got?
Are we going to make Champions League football with Jamal Simpson-Puzzi and Max Allegri?
We're still second. Calm down. We're not fourth here.
The thing is, Palace get nothing for him. If they go past Jan 31st, they get 0 for him. So they're asking for 50 million now. They won't be asking 50 million on the 31st of Jan, or they're paying 10 million a month loan fee for him. Well, no, 12.5 million a month loan fee for him for the rest of the season, in effect. So they'll come down. The question is, what will they come down to on Jan 31st, and how much is he worth to us for January? How much is it worth us having him against United, or him against Galatasaray?
Akanji can't be recalled. Akanji's got a deal in principle. They've got an obligation.
Yeah.
They've got.
He wants to stay.
Akanji's gone.
Yeah, he's not.
That's done.
Akanji, you can't bring. Akanji's on loan, but with the obligation to buy, and that trumps anything we do.
Can we give a Crystal Palace Jumaba to kind of spice up the deal? Since it sounds like he is going to be on the move anyway. He's being linked to Brentford.
So loan bar.
Like give them. We buy Gahey, and then as maybe to lower the fee, give them Jumaba on loan with like an obligation to buy or something, or like
No, Pardo. Right, this is. I've been trying to explain this. People got this idea. City have got this big, huge pot of money to go at. They do, but they don't have the pot of money to pay in one lumps.
No.
City are still governed by financial rules. They can spend money if you spread it across payments. Not every team wants spreading across payments. This is what I mean. I think we need to sit down and do a transfer show one day. I think we need to go through a transfer show, and we need to go through how transfers are done, because people have just, I've seen it all day. Just got an idea. It's not my money. Spend it. Let's spend 500 mil. Can't just go and do that.
It's not career mode. It's not how it works, lads.
It's not. We can, but we can't. It's difficult to explain. You can't just pay money up top. See, don't pay money up top. This is why the Semenyo deal's taking time, because we want to pay it in 3 installments of 20 million.
Yeah.
Do you think if City didn't bothered about that, they'd just pay 60 million yesterday and move on?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
This is still a business, people. But without any defenders, that won't last even prime. Anyway, go on, gentlemen. You can talk about yesterday's game. I'm trying to stay away from certain things as well.
I think yesterday's game for me was, just a bit annoying. I mean, I don't understand the meltdown. They're a good side, and they defended very well. Players like Reece James had absolutely fantastic games, and they were in the right place. So all our ball, it just seemed to me that Cherky and Foden were just 50 centimeters off on all their passes, or half a second early or too late, and we were just a little bit off on everything. We created some good chances. We still should have won. I saw Nico O'Reilly getting some real stick for the goal, but he was knackered. You could see after an hour, when he was running back from when he'd been up front, he was knackered. He was struggling to get back. Clearly, they would have subbed him off and put Ake on left back, but then injuries happened to Guardiola and Diaz, and we had no one, unless they were going to bring on, is it Mafuni, the young kid? Unless they were going to bring him on. O'Reilly was staying on.
10 quid for anyone. £10 for anyone. £10 for anyone right now. Not got a clue.
The what Ake or Akanji, probably?
Nah, de la Mancha.
Something about Ake and Akanji, that's all I can read.
I know
They're calling Ake another Akanji, but I don't know what the first line
right.
is. Ultra means other. That's all I don't know what the rest means.
Listen, I appreciate you've done that. I feel then awful that I can't read your comment out. I don't have Google Translate and StreamYard. Yes, LB's just messaged me, said, "Cause nothing," and I went, yes. Jumaba, no. I don't.
Well, I mean, yeah, but can you try to use them as leverage to? Because like we need to bring someone in. That's very clear. If every single center back we have is unfit, yeah.
Yes, it's very true, Rich. They've opened negotiations today.
Yeah, yesterday it was just a gut punch.
I mean, for me, I got criticised yesterday because I'm going to be honest. I thought first half we were actually very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Brilliant,
first half really good.
Put a game away.
I think Chelsea had a good first 5 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I think once City sort of did that storm a little bit, I think we
Spartacus can translate the comment.
We moved forward. We'll go on Spartacus if we want. we moved forward with it, and I thought we were very good then. First half, thought we were quite good.
Yeah, we definitely were.
Second half, I think Chelsea made some very good tactical changes. They brought Esteban off, and they brought what's it called, Sandro, whatever his
Santos,
name
good
was.
player.
Yeah, Santos on,
Good player.
and I thought it was a good change. I'm not
Can I
gonna
just
lie,
say Rodri was world class yesterday?
He's fantastic yesterday.
He was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy's still in the chat.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Foden and Cherky were both poor. I got criticised for that when I said they were both poor.
They're both poor. Yeah.
I think Foden's been poor for the last 2 or 3 games. Haaland thought was better.
Yeah, better than Sunderland.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought he said. Spartacus said that the guy wants Ake gone because he's another Akanji.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I knew he loves the Akanji part, but yeah.
I think O'Reilly just is tired. I think the young lad Rich is spot on. I think it's catching up on him now.
Yeah.
Sadly, we ain't knowing his bloody away. So yeah, it was what it was. People going about options. I need to see. I'm going to ask this because I want to talk about. What was the reason you think they got back into it? I'll ask you guys because I know everyone's back in the Pep out camp.
For me, which I think was just a lapse of concentration at the end of the game, but I think you could say it's down to lack of game management. I mean, maybe we should have done that, but then again, we probably should score more. It's kind of like Pep can do whatever. Looking at that bench as well, like injuries that we got right now, and the young players on the bench, you've got McAdoo, Heskey, you got all the guys that are in the academy right now. It's a hard one. Like you can say, I'll bring certain young players on, but they're experienced at a high level. And if they make a mistake against Chelsea, and they're in this fan base, they will cook the living hell out of them. They will. Yeah. Anyone saying they won't is lies.
And it's also hindsight. You know, should Maffini have come on for Nico O'Reilly? Probably, but that's hindsight. He may have come on and struggled, and Chelsea may have scored 2 goals. We just don't know. I mean, I think one thing that Pep said at the beginning of this season that he has learned is that he's going to have a little more trust in the youth players. So if we do have a player on the pitch absolutely knackered, maybe he is going to have to trust that he can bring someone off the bench and they can do a good job as Nico did. But, you know, you've got to remember that if everybody comes in like Nico O'Reilly and has the impact he does as a kid, there's people who come in like Simpson Puzzi or some of the other players who we've brought on over the years who just haven't had the same impact. There's almost the assumption that everyone's a Cole Palmer or a Nico O'Reilly, but some just don't. So it could go either way. And, you know, you can't legislate for your 2 centre-backs getting injured. You know, I mean, you can try, but ultimately, if that happens, you can't make the substitutes resting a player that you'd want to. You know, it's as simple as that. So,
yeah, Rich, for me though, I think for the past 2 years though, right? For some whatever reason, after the 75th minute, our midfield gets run through. I don't know if that's fitness. I don't know what that is, but after Chelsea put in Santos, it just negated everything we did in the midfield. It was like open season. I don't know if that was through.
Well, we had
that
a
happened
player.
a lot last season too.
We had a player who ultimately was our midfield who hadn't played for 18 months. Now, there's no way on earth that Pep would want to have had to play Rodri 90 minutes. He'd have wanted Nico G or Kovacic coming on after an hour. There's no way he'd want to do that. But the problem is there was absolutely zero other option in that team to come and play 6. Bernardo was playing the whole game and was already tired. Bernardo wasn't going to be able to go to play 6. Kovacic and Nico G weren't there. John Stones wasn't there. John Stones wasn't there. Even players like Guardiola, etc., weren't there. So there was pretty much. What was the option? Rico Lewis come on and play 6 is the only option he had. instead of Rodri, and I'm not sure that Rico Lewis instead of Rodri was going to fill us up that game. So that's the problem until Nico G's back.
But Rico Lewis is supposed to be a midfielder though. Rico Lewis is supposed to be a midfielder. He can't come on for a Bernardo that's leggy for 10 minutes.
He could have come on for Bernardo. Agree. I mean that could have happened, but I don't know.
Bernardo was very good yesterday. Second half.
I thought he's our best player. Yeah, I saw him.
I know, but Martin in the 70 after the 75th minute, he was done out there in the midfield.
Yeah, it's because
who did you want to bring on? Who did we really want to bring on yesterday?
I mean, you honestly, when it's all hands on deck, you got to throw in Rico Lewis. That's what he's here. What's the point of him being here?
No, this is where I keep back. We can't slag the guy off for a year and then go, oh, we're in a crisis.
Martin, is he in the team? Is he on the bench?
Yes, but it doesn't mean...
Is it all hands on deck?
So hang on a minute. We've said the least thing that Rico Lewis is physical, and you want to bring him into a physical situation.
Martin, all I'm saying is it was all hands on deck. It's all hands on deck. As a coach, you walk up to a player and says, give me everything you got. Give me everything because we need you right now.
Actually, you know what a better option would have been? This is going to sound awful, but you need a physical 6 in there. Remember, we did play that guy from the academy in the Brentford game. Why wasn't he on the bench with the rest of the academy? I don't know.
I don't want to chuck out the stats again.
Or an actual 6?
I don't want to chuck the stats, but we won every physicality stat yesterday.
And we had no control of the game in the second half at all.
But that's not physicality.
We had no control.
That's what I'm saying. Rico Lewis to run around, to get on the ball, to hold the ball. That's what he's good at. I'm not talking about throwing in Charlie Gray. I think that's a little too much, Kels. I think that's
we're going to be. Let's be calm. Let's do this in a sensible manner. Yeah. We are the sensible channel. We know this. Let's do it in a sensible fashion. Bloody hell!
Sorry, a little spacey there. My bad.
Wow, everyone goes bloody crazy there. Listen, I understand the thing, but my issue is I can't sit and have a go, let's bring all these players in when we've torn them a new arsehole for 7 months. Oh, and there's a little bit of a problem. Now I'm going to count on you. That's like your ex not wanting to know you, but she's kind of had a bit of a dry spell for 7 months, but she goes back to you. What are we doing here? We can't be flipper-flopping.
Hey Martin, if I'm giving my ex 100K a week, when I'm in dire straits, I might need to call you every now and then to come over. To come over. I might need to call you every now and then to come over.
Call. So you're doing the booty
come
call.
on, man.
Wow.
He is paying $100,000 a week though, so.
I was sat with someone last night, and there was someone in the space. Someone had could have done with Sabinho coming on. Cheeky bastard.
Well, you know what I keep mentioning in the space, how I'd love to see Nico G and Rodri together. Yesterday was a prime example. I know Nico G was not available, but imagine him coming into that game to play next to Rodri. Bernardo's still there. I'm not subbing Bernardo off. You take off one of Foden or Turkey who are struggling. That might have matched their Santos substitution, kind of like a like for like. I know Nico G was not available, but that is an example of why I keep bringing it up, because I think yesterday that would have helped.
It's a great point by you, partner. How Reece James got away with some of them. He gets away with it every time he plays us.
He's kind of dirty.
Right. Elliot, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Are we getting a sensible Elliot or the joke Elliot? Come on, we need sensible one tonight.
Nah, I'm just listening to you. Just listening to you, man. Just whinging as you normally do. Do you know what I mean? None of you are happy with the performance out here, and
I'm not whinging.
Enough and anything else.
Yeah, Elliot, have you ever heard me whinge?
A lot of things were good until the final third. I thought a lot of things.
Well, I've heard obviously 10 minutes of obviously since I've been on, but other than that, I haven't really heard much. If I contradict what anyone says, I apologise. But I think, in all fairness, I know a lot of you are touching on as chances what we had, but I think that was probably a fair result, to be fair, yesterday. If you don't take your chances, you probably know what's going to come. Martin, I know you was in the stadium. I don't know whether anyone else was in the stadium. I know people in the chat have been in the stadium as well, but I think we felt it inside the stadium. I think it was around the 60th minute when I think we were just really sloppy, if I'm honest. I agree with, I think it was Kelsey who said about Santos. Is it Santos in midfield for Chelsea? I think they brought him on at
Santos.
Yeah. I thought he changed the game for him, to be fair. And to be honest, I just felt like we got a little bit outdone in midfield. I thought Cherky, probably his worst ever game he's had for us since he's joined. Foden, yeah, I agree with Martin, probably 2-3 games now where he's looked sort of back to his last season self. Haaland, I know what you're saying about who are better, but do we really just want a striker who's on 500 grand a week to just flick balls on with his head? Is that really what we're giving him a deal for? I do probably want a little bit more from Haaland, if I'm honest. Me and Martin had a private conversation about that, and I said I feel like he's a little bit of a I don't know the word, but I feel like I'll put it this way, I feel if Savio had the performances what Haaland's had the last couple of games, I feel like a lot more people would be out slating. And I know the different positions, so you can't compare. I understand all that, but I just feel like we've got to be a little bit consistent with it. On the injury situation, it confuses me a little bit. I watched an interview this morning with, I think it was Pep after. I want to say, I don't know if it was against when he signed his contract and we played, the United game when Ahmad scored 2. And he come out in his press conference and he was saying about, I think we might need to have a bigger squad. Now, then you go to the Fulham game, which was the last game of the season. He's almost saying, "Oh no, we need to get rid of players," and I like a smaller squad. So I think he's sort of contradicting what he's saying. Now I get it. I get the small squads thing, but then it's the small squad issue why we're in this position. I think because if any of you can tell me honestly that you didn't expect John Stones or Nathan Ake to break down this season, I'm be honest, I'm going to call you a liar. I felt that we're always coming.
Also always break down at the same time too. That's the frustrating part. It's not one at a time. It's always both at the same time.
Yeah, I hear that, but I think the problem is I think we're cutting a bit too harsh with the players, to be honest, because I think what they've given us, like I know Richard's obviously never going to, and I get it, and I'm saying with Ake, to be honest, he's never ever going to slag John Stones off with injury situation, neither am I, because of what he's done for us in the past, and I understand all that, but we've got to be that little bit more ruthless. And I think it was Pat on the last stream, which I was on, when he was saying about give John Stones another contract. And I think these are the reasons why you can't, because if he's taking up a squad size in the actual squad itself, what are we actually going to do? Because then
what are we gaining from it? What are we gaining from it?
Well, I don't. This is what I mean, and I don't know. The situation where I'm in is, and I said it in the summer, and obviously I know Martin sort of kicked back a little bit with me on it when I said it, but I said about, for me, I was
policing you. I was policing you, Elliot.
No, but I would have rather kept Victories and then one of Ake's. Now the reason for that is because, Elliot, like I've just said, they're both known to pick up injuries.
I think, Elliot, we wouldn't, in all sense, I think we'd have kept the centre backs we've got and Victor Hayes and not have four full age adult keepers. Like we don't, we've got Bettolini and Ortega, when you could have an 18-year-old, 19-year-old keeper and you could free up 2 spots. So I do think we could have a better position, just by not having 4 25, 30-year-old keepers in the squad.
But Rich, that's what I'm talking about. We got
Hayes wanted football. Hayes wanted football, so he may not have been an option. He wanted to go to the World Cup. He wanted games. So,
but the thing is, Rich, I agree with what you're saying, mate. But the thing is, like, and I get that, but I always think that City was going to get football due to these situations what we're in now. Now, whether that was, I'm not saying that Atkins Dunn getting injured at the same time is normal, because that is not normal. I'm not disputing that. I'm not that way. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to blame injury, because I think we've still got a good enough squad, if I'm honest, even now. Like, all right, Rico Lewis, he's not to the level as what we had. And this is where I go back to it again. Sorry, just before you go in. I touched on this, and I know Alan did as well with the predictions with the start of the season. And this is why I put Arsenal first in the season. Now, the reason I put Arsenal first is because I look at Arsenal's team at the minute, and I've heard someone else say this. It reminds me, and just all fire, don't all shoot me down. I said this. It reminds me of our treble team. Now, in the aspect of on Saturday, they had Saka on the bench, they had Eze on the bench. I think they had Martinelli on the bench the game before with Eze. I think they had Madueke on the bench the game before. The strength in depth, like they've got Gabriel, they've got Timber, they've got Calafiori, they've got Miles. Is it Lewis Miles?
Lewis
Whatever he's called, Skelly. They've got Ben White. They've got a lot of good depth. And listen, I'm not going down the Arsenal road, but that's where I was always at with it. And when I look at our strength in depth, I think, it's not bad. I don't think it's bad, but I just don't think it's quite there, if you know what I mean. And that's where I've always been with it at the end of the day. I know people won't like that, what I've just said about Arsenal, by the way, but that's the way I honestly feel about it. And yeah.
But Elliot, like I know people like to slag off the club, but some of these players also need to get some criticism. Yes, they've done a lot for this club, but you're also putting the club in a bad situation when you telling the club, no, I'll stay, and you're hampering the club. I'm just gonna say it how it is. You're hampering the club from moving on.
Maybe that's where we're going a little bit more ruthless than Ed, no? Maybe that's where we're going to be a little bit more ruthless.
Or Ortega, you knew all summer you should be gone. Because usually we have 3 keepers. Bettinelli's coming in for Carson.
No, hang on, Ed. I agree with the principle. What you're saying, I fully agree with. And Danielle, jump in whenever you want. I agree with your principle, Ed. 1,000%. And I'm sorry to sound like a broken record. But what club are they going to? If nobody's coming, where'd you put them? There's no old age, there's not a folks home out back we can just retire him into and say, jolly good, have a good time.
No, I get that, Barn, but I'm talking about when clubs are in for them and they're turning out offers because they're hoping to get a better situation.
Yeah, again, interest FC. Yeah, because they're interested in them. Doesn't mean they're bidding for them, cows. This is the problem. When you look at Galatasaray all summer, it was interest FC. We want him FC. Yeah. We're going to bid FC. And when the bid come, they bid 1.3 million.
Yeah, that
the
was
bids
a piss
we
take.
get. Rich jokes about it, but some of them are like a bag of peanuts and a can of Tizer. Some of the bids that are coming in.
Well, is that better than losing?
Maybe that's where it's going to be a little bit more harsh than no, Martin. Maybe that's where it's going to be a little bit more harsh now. Just to play. Look, the time now come to just move these players.
Like, how much are we going to get for Ortega? Really? Like how
Elliot,
how much are we going to get for Ortega? $1 million?
And maybe I shouldn't expose this, but me and you had that conversation, Elliot, and you know, and I know that Pep did have that conversation with Oscar Bob, with Rico Lewis, with a number of players, and Oscar Bob goes, "I don't want to leave."
So did he have that conversation with Stones and Ake?
Oh, you're trying to trigger me now. You're trying to trigger me.
He had that conversation.
You're trying to trigger me, huh?
He had that conversation with Rico Lewis. They accepted a bid on Rico Lewis.
Kels, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
What do you want us to do? Do you want us to hog-tie Rico Lewis and force him into the City ground?
Okay. let me
giving him the Calvin Phillips treatment.
let me stir my drink.
Doing that to him.
I am coming to the super chats, by the way. I am coming, I promise you.
Let me stir my drink and pour it over here.
Did you have a nice therapy session, Daniele?
Let me pour my drink. You've got
call mine for this Yasko news.
you know what? This is not my channel, so I'm gonna be sensible and respectful, and I'm not going to lose my head. My therapist told me.
Well, it's everyone's channel.
You've got 8 sister clubs. If John Stones wants to go to Spain so bad, to Barcelona, you could have loaned him to Girona. He would have gotten minutes as a starter. If Ortega wants to start so bad, he could have been a starter at Girona. There's a spot open. They have a goalkeeper that's just as old as him. That's an open starting position in La Liga. You wouldn't even have to cut his wages. You could have loaned him and he could have gone there. You could have worked something out within the CFG. You didn't want to do that because this club is too accommodating. This manager whispers in the ears things to some players that they believe, and sometimes I also think he's trying to play games. We are where we are because of the gross mismanagement. Players that shouldn't be here
House is trying to trigger me.
Players that shouldn't be here are still here. Players that should have been developed have not been developed because, frankly, he wants to win now. We want to win now. At some point, I wanted to win now. Thank God I followed my therapist's advice in saying, trust your instincts. The club needs to rebuild. You cannot rebuild if you are still chasing the high from the treble season. If you're still pretending that John Stone has one more good, healthy season in him, even though the track record says he doesn't. 8 sister clubs. You can't find a competent center back. So much so, there's a center back that you still own that's on loan at Wolves. He's prem proven. He's the capital of the Czech national team. He's everything that you're telling me Mark Gahey is. Why do you not recall him and then loan him to City? Oh, that's right. You don't do that. You want to go and spend money on Mark Gahey and others to cover up for the gross mismanagement that you have not been able to rectify. Contracts, favoritism, politics, and we are where we are. We don't even know about Kusanov because we haven't developed Kusanov properly. We can't recall race because then that's going to hurt his development.
Injured. Danielle, I don't know if you missed it, but Kusanov is actually injured.
Let me pour myself another drink.
I'm drinking too, Daniele. I got a beer.
Injured what? What's he injured? What's he injured?
I don't know. Apparently, he's come off with a knock.
Say again?
Oh, wow.
So we have zero center
come off with a knock.
This is great squad planning.
Full centre backs then.
He come off with a knock?
Yeah.
I slammed into the board, so it's probably from
He were walking off fine at the end of the game.
I don't know. The one thing I will add, by the way, I know what you're saying there, Daniela.
There you go, Darsh.
Well,
and
by the way, this is not to trigger Elliot here. We're having a sensible conversation. Did Echeverri go to Girona?
No. They weren't ruthless enough.
No, I'm going to make this because Kelster made the point. We do it in America. We have different contract laws, guys.
I know. Well, no, I'm just responding to Jack Lee.
We can't just out the door. You go.
Just on the Echeverri thing, Martin. Just let me come on this one. I know you probably want me to say something about that, but I'm actually not going to say probably what you think I'm going to say about it. My point on the Echeverri thing at this minute in time as well, which I will say is, so we've got Cherky Foden, yeah. At the minute, them two are playing. Right, one's playing on the right side more. I said Cherky's playing on the right side. Phil Foden's been playing more in the central, especially yesterday. Right, so after Phil Foden and Ryan Cherky, who were our other number 10s?
Tijani Reinders, I think, is a 10. I don't think he's an 8.
Well, but the thing is though, Kelsey, you got to be careful because Reinders come out of the day and in an interview said he prefers playing as a box-to-box midfielder. So that's not a 10.
Well, if he's going to do that, he needs to improve off ball because he's a liability. Honestly.
No, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying he's not saying he's a number 10. So by his logic, he's saying he'd rather play as an 8 than a 10, which is whatever. That's fine. That's his choice. But my point is, we're now short in a 10 position, so we're probably then going to put Reinders in a 10, where he might do all right. He might score some goals. I don't know. He might get an assist.
How does that tie in with Echeverri?
Because what I'm going to say to you is Echeverri is a 10, right?
Yes.
So we've now got a situation where we've got Rico Lewis as an 8, We've got Kovacic who's an 8, who can play as an 8. We've got Gonzalez who can play as an 8, which was his favourite position. We've then got 3 players who can play as an 8 then. Rodri's also plays as an 8 in the past. So that's 4. I may be missing somebody else. I'm not sure. I might miss somebody else as well. But that's 4 8s. We've only got 2 10s. And the 2 10s. And the 2 10s.
That's why we need a winger.
And the 2
That's why we need a
and the 2 10s.
winger.
And the 2
Elliot.
10s are
That's
now
why we need a winger so we can rotate them.
Well, the 2 10s are now playing. The two 10s now are playing at the minute in time.
Wing, yeah.
So if one of them 10s get injured, who's his other 10? Or have I missed something with that? I don't know.
I still don't get the connection, and I'm going to go back to Echeverri. We were too nice to River. We were too nice to Echeverri. We were too nice to his camp. We gave you a contract. We paid you. You are not bigger than the program. Jumaba, we told him where to go. Victor Reyes, we told him where to go. The players that we signed in the CFG, we tell him where to go. Did this kid win the Sudamericano tournament for him to be making demands like this? No. He wasn't even an out-and-out starter for River Plate, so why is he making demands like this? You are not bigger than the program. When you start making exceptions, they start believing they are bigger than the program. I'm losing my head right now. Martin,
I can tell. Calm down.
Martin, forgive
Danielle,
me. Forgive
put yourself
me.
on mute. Pour yourself a drink and have 5 minutes.
You know what? I'm gonna take a deep breath.
No, I think.
Hold on.
I think for me, that's why we need to.
Just let me come to these super chats.
Yeah,
and I do apologize. MCFC, thank you so much for your kind super chat. Eden Martin, Paul as well. Are all these knocks and injuries due to lack of rotation, you think? Probably. But I think that goes back to not having a squad deep enough probably at the time.
No.
I'm not going to lie.
We have the squad numbers. The manager refuses to play most of them.
Because they're not good enough, Kelstar.
Yeah, it's a squad building issue. But yeah.
This is why I don't blame Pep. Because this blame Pep because they're not good enough. None of us rate Rico. None of us are rating Sabio. None of us are rating these players. And then you're expecting Pep to.
Well, then we run our players into the ground, the starters, and they get injured. And also, this will carry over into next season, just like last season carried over into this season.
They need to.
They're going to be screwed as well.
They need to
take 9 players. Take 9 or 10 players out of any team, they'll struggle.
They need to tell Rico the truth. The same way.
He won't go.
No. They did not tell him the truth. There's politics even there. They told. I'm not gonna get triggered. I'm not gonna get triggered.
He gets left on the bench. He gets left at home.
I'm not gonna get triggered because I'm going there.
He gets left at home. He gets left on the bench. He gets told to go to Nottingham Forest. Other than saying get out,
they told my son, Oscar, good love Bob, get out. Don't make the bench. He's still on the bench, Martin. Yeah.
No, he's on the bench now because of numbers, Daniela. When you go back, hang on, Daniela. We go back, and I can show you now. Go back to when the squad was fully fit and we had a bench. Rico Lewis and Oscar Bob were rotating as the guys to stay at home. They were both told the same thing.
I hear that, but at the same time, Martin, if that is the case, you could have kept Calvin Phillips on loan at your Turkish club and still had him registered. Promote the 21-year-olds that are playing for the under-21 team. They could have done the Calvin Phillips role and still played for the under-21 team. They told my son, Oscar, good love Bob, after a broken leg, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. We tried. You're not good enough. We are going to.
Do you think fans helped that the way they bigged him up?
They did not help. I don't think Pep helped either. And as a result, they told him goodbye. John Stones.
Pep told lies. He said James McAtee was going to be the next superstar.
And that's the problem. I need them all to sit down in a row on a chair in Pep's office. And I need Pep to tell them, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. Goodbye.
Anyway, Lynette, thank you for the 32 months. You, sir, are a superstar. Thank you. And it's lovely to see you back, mate. Spartacus, thank you for the 10 Brazilian. I presume it's Brazilian dollars. We couldn't get out of the box with Cush Diaz and GG as the build-up. This is why we couldn't keep the ball. It was a Pep thing. It wasn't a play thing. We've been put into a terrible situation.
Counter to that. Or more.
Gosh, one them.
Oh, wait. Well, also, whenever Foden and Turkey had the ball, they constantly made the wrong decision. And the ball.
Let me just reply to something in the chat I see. Addo17. What we're seeing is the club accepted that offer for $30 million in the summer. Rico rejected the.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rico said no. And the contract extension, by the way, I will explain again, because the way contracts are done are, again, very complicated. They just see extension. It wasn't a big extension. It was a 1-year extension.
Wasn't it mostly just to boost his wage, too? As like,
yes.
I think you've said
it was a thank you for being loyal. Whatever.
It wasn't like a contract, like to extend his time, more just a year. Just a bit
yeah, he already had a contract till 20. I'll have a look in a minute. Dash the £5 deals and about Ealing just shouldn't be surprising. Ake Stone's continuous injuries, push pressure on them to play injured, fucking negligence.
This is facts.
I'm swearing now. Bevo for the 2 months. Big up, mate. Hope you are well as well.
Darce is right. Because they don't leave, we can't sign somebody who would actually like play and contribute. And then they both get injured at the same time every time. It's like clockwork.
I don't. Sorry, I didn't come back. I've seen someone else put it in chat as well. I don't get. I know about. I don't know if Daniel's taking piss or I don't know. I'm not sure, but I don't get what he don't understand about the point. What I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is we've got 2 10s at the club who plays actual cams, who actually plays like a number 10. You know what I mean, right? So what I'm trying to say is, I feel like we need more players in that position, especially when we're playing 2 of them at the same time.
Elliot, do you not consider Tijani best as a 10 when he's because the past couple of games he's been camped out behind Holland?
I don't know because if I'm honest, Chelsea, if I'm honest, I think this Echeverri thing is being massively downplayed by a lot of people. Considering he coming against in the FA Cup final, and I think, well, I still agree with people to this day now. In my opinion, he was one of his best players on the pitch that day, and he was on for what was it, 25-30 minutes, if that. And then he played in the Club World Cup, scored an unbelievable free kick, then unfortunately got injured, and then that's it. I know he played against Fulham in the last game of the season. That was a dead rubber anyway, because we were sort of already wrapped up like top Champions League by that point. So when he come on, but I think I don't get what I'm trying to say. I don't understand the logic in, and I'm not even going to the conversation about Rico Lewis. I'll mention a couple of other people. I don't get why they stayed and Echeverri's gone. I'm trying to understand the reasons as to the position, because what I first thought at the start was Rico was also going to be used as a right back. Now, considering we played Kushinov at right back until he got injured, and now Nunes is playing there, and I think Nunes has been one of, if not the best player of the season so far. Rico Lewis isn't going to play at right back again. So if he's going to play at right back again, then we're going to sign Elliot Anderson, which is the rumours. Where is Rico Lewis then going to play?
Yep.
Yeah,
so surely, if we're chasing a goal, which I always come back to this argument, and we're 1-1 and we're chasing a goal and we need to get a goal within the last 5 minutes, you're better putting an Echeverri on who's a natural 10 than putting a Rico Lewis on who's played basically, well, I think he's played everywhere, to be honest. I think he's played centre back for the academy, I think he's played left back for us, he's played right back for us, he's played midfield, he's played as an 8, he's played as a 10. So I don't actually understand another thing where his position actually is. But that's what I'm trying to say. And as for the other lads on the bench, the academy, the question is are they just on the bench to make numbers, or are we actually going to use him?
Well, you can play Divine Mikasa as a 10 as like an emergency.
Well, I was more thinking Mikado, to be honest, considering he's a right winger, and and we're sort of struggling out on that position, seeing as though the Semenyo deal ain't getting done for whatever reason.
Oh boy.
I mean, that's
on that one.
But
I'm just saying, we do have Divine Mikasa there, which Pep does seem to trust. He's been playing him in the cup games. He brought him on for a Premier League game. So if you had an emergency, maybe that's the guy Pep would trust. Probably not. I think he'd go Tijani Rangers as an option first. Because to be frank, I think Tijani looks better as a 10. Unfortunately, off ball, he provides nothing at all. no defense present whatsoever. And I think that's a big reason why our sixes are so
But the
absolutely.
issue is though, Kelsey, if you want to look at it tactically, you can't play Randers as a 10, because if you're playing Foden as a 10 or Cherky as a 10, whichever one, you then only got Rodri as an actual midfielder in midfield, because them two are going to push too forward, so you're just going to expose Rodri, which is why he's running around legless at 65 minutes into the game.
That's why our sixes are just absolutely exhausted. They're getting no support.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So maybe you listen to Reinders and maybe actually play him as an 8. I don't know. That might be an idea.
Reinders doesn't do anything off ball. He doesn't tackle. He doesn't win duels. He doesn't get second balls. He does none of that. And for as big and physical as he is very soft. So I consider him a 10 for that reason. He's very creative. He's very good going forward, but Bernardo is the only one providing any assistance to anyone who plays 6.
Oh, sorry. He was the other 8. He was a rate. Well, I was trying to think of earlier when I mentioned the 8s, like obviously Kovacic, like obviously Gonzalez, obviously all these other people, and that's who I was forgetting earlier. Yeah, Bernardo. But Bernardo sort of played out right, which again, that's another conversation for another time, I think. But to Briggs's point about forgetting Semenyo at that point happens, I hear that, but is that not sort of a little bit of a concern at the minute in time when we're desperate for players and we're just, I don't know, we're just like do-lallying with the Semenyo deal? I mean, this is another thing as well, Luke. The scary part is, if we had Semenyo at this minute in time, for me, it'd be starting Wednesday.
It would be, yeah.
But then he's not here, so I'm not too sure as to what actually is going off.
When's the final time for him to be registered? Is it tomorrow? No, it's tomorrow.
I think is it the 10th, or have I misread that?
Well, that's release clause. But what's his actual that's like the next play? Is it tomorrow? Something like midday tomorrow?
I don't know where this Semenyo stuff's coming. Where's this Liverpool have overpaid for him?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's just fan rumors.
There's no news that at all. Nothing at all.
Yeah, that's weird.
The biggest problem is, I think, at the minute, and I don't really want to go down this road, and I'm not going to say much on it, but I think his decision making since, I'm going to say, probably the treble season, I think his decisioning on players, contracts, I think it's been very, very poor. Now, people can blame whoever they want for that. People might blame Kimi, people might blame Pep, people might blame Soriano, might blame Khaldun, whoever that is. I'm not going down that road, but I think the decision making, what we've actually made, has been very, very poor. I mean, when people are saying Cherky's probably one of his best signings in God knows how long, what is that sort of telling you when the price what we paid for him? So I don't think it's about the price of the player. I think it's about the quality of the player we're signing. And yeah, look, I don't know what you do from now. If I'm honest, I don't know. The problem is moving forward is I think we're sort of saying we're not comfortable with Aki Kushinov at centre half. Well, if we're not comfortable with it, how's the opposition going to actually feel about coming up against them players? Because if we're not comfortable and we back these players supposedly, but the opposition who don't have any respect for them aren't going to fear them, are they?
Someone want to read that one out for me?
Fans at Treble.
Are you directing that at Andrew? No.
True.
No, but I just want to put this to the chat because I know the people we have in the chat. We're not. I know it sounds like we're complaining and moaning about the club and slagging the club off, but we all recognize what the club has brought to us over the past 10 years, and that's not to be laughed at. Or we can't forget that either. At the same time, I think we're all just highlighting how we got into this point where we're into a situation where we're having to rely on injury-prone players. And
I've seen it all day, Ed, though. I've seen it all day. I've seen friends of mine and other YouTubers and spaces. Everyone's going in, naming other people by name. And going a little bit mad. And saying the people who've got standards are being dragged down by the older fans and then the older fans saying it's because and it's just tit for tat. Just support how you want. I think what's round everyone up, and it's where I don't understand. I don't get the pep out stuff. The pep out stuff again just raise its head every single time there's, and I'm gonna say, and I'm sorry, this is. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna have to go in my happy clappy mode for 1 second. I apologize.
Sorry.
And again, I will reiterate this. Yes, we're 6 points behind, but we drew. And I get everyone. I know it was not great, but what would the meltdown have been if we'd have lost?
Oof.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it kind of felt like a loss.
This is a draw.
Mm.
The problem is, I think a lot of people, the meltdown, sorry, mate, but I think a lot of the meltdowns coming from the fact that we've lost like one of his best players as well in Guardiola.
Yes.
I mean, the fact he's out for the rest of the season. I think the best he's out for the rest of the season. He's out for the rest of the season, and
I think this is it, Elliot, because we've been the best team for 10 years, and we're having a little bit of a wobble. People were not liking or wanting the wobble.
Even Fergie's United teams didn't win every year, did they? There was some even.
No, and I'm not saying, for me, listen, I'm going to say it now. Right now, I was always an advocate of we'll win the league, and I was dead positive. Right now, with our injury situation,
no,
I'm not sure we can compete with Arsenal like this.
No. I agree.
If we get signings in the next few days, and we get everything back on track, and we get our injuries back, then yes, I think we're back in it. But if we're going for, and it's not just one game, the only good thing is in this is we don't have a Premier League game now for 10 days after Wednesday.
After Brighton, yeah.
Because then we go into FA Cup and we go into the Carabao Cup semi-final. Which I actually think
that's going to have to get left out, though, isn't it, now? The Carabao Cup, that's going to obviously have to get...
Oh, thanks, because you're telling me while I'm going to travel all the way up to bloody Newcastle in mid-Jan.
We can't go full strength against Newcastle, can we, at the minute in time with the sweep with the situation what we're in?
I want Wembley. It's off.
No,
I've got standards.
What are you? When we don't have
why are your standards in the bin here, Elliot?
You know that ain't happening,
man. We don't have center backs now. It's scary times. Even if we signed Gahey, I think he'd be cup tied, so he wouldn't be able to play in the Carabao.
Danny, by the way, I need to add you to the stateside group because we've got a show Wednesday. We're back Wednesday for the Brighton post match. Can't we all just get along? It's fucking boring now. This is the problem. It
is boring. Everyone's getting.
I'm sorry,
but who thinks they're better than people?
We're undefeated in 10. We've won 8, drawn 2. And I'm not trying to be the happy clappy guy. Yes, we're 6 points behind. It's bad. I'm not denying that. Players are not playing great. But where the hell is the pep out stuff come from? This is the bit in my head I can't get my head around. I think
a lot of people blame Pep for what's going on. They blame the injuries on Pep because he didn't rotate, and they blame him for not bringing in better players. They just, even though that's probably not the truth, I think people are just blaming him for that. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it feels like everything has to go through him. So if anything goes wrong, they're just going to blame on him. That's how I see it. Because I definitely do content with a lot of people who are pep out, and that's just kind of the vibe I get from them. I am not pep out. I am still pep in.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
But
I think you're borderlining.
No, I've consistently been pep in. I can be unhappy with choices I think he's making, but I don't want him to leave. I want him to sign a new contract because I know when he's gone.
Bloody hell, Danny Ellis come back.
I know when he's gone, it's gonna be, I know it's waiting on the other side, and I don't want to go to that place.
Yeah, people need
so he's gonna get cut by Brighton. Teal said earlier Foden has to stay on the bench permanently.
So what happens then?
Could use a game off if we could.
Oh, he said permanently. Teal said
permanently.
Jesus,
no.
If
we could, if Foden could sit out, if we could start Doku, play Tijani behind Haaland, and play Cherki and bench Foden for the Brighton game and the Exeter game, give him a couple of games. Let him just clear his head. I think he'd come back stronger after that because I think a lot's being put on his plate and he's not handling it very well.
Who's that manager for the Patriots?
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Did people call him the GOAT?
Yes.
Did he stay too long at New England?
Well, yeah. Once Tom Brady left, it was all downhill.
Did he stay too long at New England?
Well,
Why are you comparing?
well,
gonna...
American football depends heavily on the quarterback. So when the GOAT Tom Brady left, you know, he stayed after that. It's just a different team. Like they were not good. And
Luke, you're triggering me, Luke.
Is KDB here? Is the GOAT here?
Pep wants
he was out of contract.
Is the GOAT here?
All I'm going to say is, right,
Danielle, this is the part you missed, and we had this debate privately. Kevin De Bruyne was out of contract. John Stones was out of contract last year. He'd gone.
Yeah. I'm not debating whether he was out of contract. I made the terms, and I actually agreed with the decision. The reason why I wanted to use that analogy, once the GOAT goes, and once you don't have the same Rodri for the time being, the longer he stays,
what about the pep out stuff, Dash?
And the quality's not the same. He's no different than Bill Belichick. He's not above Bill Belichick. Phil Jackson at one point was considered the greatest coach in basketball.
I'm also gonna be really thingy. With a very small interaction I've had on American football and the fan base in American football, it is a little bit cutthroat. There is no sentimentality within it.
No,
it is not. Just once you're done, bye.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I think that's the culture thing, Daniele. In England, we do get attached to our players.
Kels, can you do a quick Google search? How long was Belichick with New England?
It was at least 15 to
Man City. You will be back.
Honestly, I'm gonna just.
I'll tell you what you said. Two things.
The way the NFL runs is so differently. Like we have draft picks, and like I was alluding to in the chat, part of the reason why I'm like, just get rid of these players is because in American sports, you don't get a say. When you sign a contract, you sign your life away, and they can just trade you without you approving it, unless you have a specific clause in your trade that says like
I don't debate the difference.
So it's just, my mindset is just different, and I realize there's a difference between European and American.
But Kels, I don't debate that difference.
All right, I'll look it up for you though.
I don't debate the difference. The reason why I use that is you can stay at a place for a period of time and you can be great. But the longer you stay, the
24 seasons.
24 years. The quality changes. It will never be the same as the highs. And you're going to keep changing, continue to keep chasing the highs. At some point, you have to move on. I don't dislike Pep Guardiola. I love Pep Guardiola. He's given me some of the best football I have seen in my life. But I can see what's going on.
But Danielle, I keep saying this, you come at this from a very different angle. You're not in when the people who want to sack Pep, Daniela, think that if you get a new manager, you win the league next year.
Martin, okay, so I if I'm going to even make peace with it, I would be okay if he got guys that were to win now. My concern is I don't know if he would rotate or use them the same way on some of his favorite players. He has to get those guys taken
All
away from
managers
him.
have favorite players.
But that's the problem now.
You'll have the same problem with the next manager. He'll have a player that he counts on all the time.
If that player is effective, I will understand. If those players are ineffective,
Bernardo Silva was effective yesterday.
My beef is not with Bernardo Silva.
He's talking about Stones and Ake.
I'm talking about Stones and Ake.
They tried to sell Stones. He wouldn't go.
Martin, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
But if
so
we're
how
gonna,
is that Pep's fault?
No, but Martin, if we're going to have a private conversation and be honest, over a cigarette and a vodka and Coke, sitting down with our legs crossed, Martin, we would both say, if left to his vices and Stone is right there and the other guy's right there.
No, and I can prove to you right now. Because there's this fallacy, by the way. Hang on. There's this fallacy that John Stones has been injured since the start of the season. And Kelster, I proved this point to Kelster last night, actually. Was it you? Someone proved it to you last night. of this. John Stones has been injured since August.
I don't think
Big
I
load
was
of waffle.
there for that.
Big load of waffle.
I
This
came in
season.
late on space.
He's been
remember?
injured
This-
since I think what
I
was
was
it
too busy on my
October?
meltdown
End
stream.
of
No,
October?
December. 6th of December. He
How
got
many
injured.
games has he played?
He played 82 minutes against Wolves, 90 minutes against Tottenham, 90 minutes against Brighton, 3 minutes against Arsenal, was on the bench for Burnley, Brentford, Everton, played 61 minutes away at Villa, was on the bench for Bournemouth, Liverpool, Leicester, didn't get on at all, played 1 minute for Leeds, 26 minutes for Fulham, then got injured.
Those are more
So
minutes.
how is that his favourite player?
Those are more minutes than Daddy Coos.
Because Kushinov was his fourth choice.
You're making my point. He shouldn't
Yeah.
have to have been.
I think there are some of us who think that in 2025, John Stones physically, even when available, his quality has declined because he's had so many injuries, and those injuries just take so many muscular injuries. So
Like
we
De Bruyne.
think that physically,
Yeah.
Kusanov is a better player right now. He may not have the experience, but when you're facing certain teams, you need the Kusanov skill set.
Kels,
Even though they're raw and undefined. I just think that's how some people feel. And
Kels, he's not the better player. John Stones is the more talented player when healthy. But the key part there is when healthy.
Yeah.
If the other guy is more healthy and available, develop him. Because at least you know he's a body that you can use. I don't know if he can play 5 games in a row, 3 games in a row. I don't know. I don't want to know.
Right, but hang on a minute. Kushinov come back.
scary way to
So
build your
Kushinov
squad.
come back,
Injured.
played one
Injured again.
game, and he's got a knock.
Well, thanks to Rory Delap's little rascal that decided to do that shove. I mean, if
Come on, I'm sorry. I just think the pep out stuff is not. Listen, and I'm going to say this is not a dig at anyone here. The pep out brigade went very quiet for 3 months when we were winning every game.
I was there on the island, it was cold.
As soon as
We're on an island, Daniel.
as
Now the
soon
island is
as
populated.
a couple of dodgy results came in, it was like they were lurking in the shadows, ready to jump again. Because I never once heard any of them when we were winning.
Martin, I don't debate that he's still a great manager.
But that's why it becomes an agenda. I'm not saying with you. Some of them have got the agenda, and the agenda never went away because we were winning. And I've always said this: when you are winning and everything's happy, you ignore everything, and everything's happy, and you get that adrenaline of happiness. And there's a saying in England, and it may be the same everywhere in the world. Actually, you know who to count on when the shit hits the fan.
Yep, the real
When
ones.
the shit hits the fan,
The real ones.
you know.
The
It's
real
like they say about your family, your wives. You
The real
know
ones.
who your real ones are when trouble begins.
Yep, I do especially.
The first sign of adversity, they just say pep out.
Yeah, you know.
Mhm.
And I get it. Everyone wants to go and spend 800 million, and everyone wants to go and just do it. And I'm hearing it. Why we not got a gay in the door today? Because it's not pay the money, travels up, does medical, sits there, and we all go lappy dappy. This, you know, and I know you know this, Daniela. This is just play nice in the chat, guys. I think people are just very emotional. They're very angry. Because I agree with what you said. I think everyone thought we were back on, we were going to win the title.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this brought everyone back down to earth with a little bit of a bump of, oh, we're still in a transition. There are still some issues. Just the issues have got slightly a little bit more worse because we've lost about 4 players in one game.
Martin, can I ask you a question? Honestly, again, vodka and Coke, let's cross, cigarette in our hands. In the corner. Are we above this happening again next season if he decides to not rotate?
Yeah.
No, I would say yes. I'll explain why. I think we'll have a better
play all
bench.
again next season too.
And I think we'll have a better bench now. I don't think we'll go in with the bench that we've got. I think our squad depth will improve.
Well, also it's a World Cup year too, so that's going to cause fatigue. The human body can only take so much too. You know,
at the end of the day,
doing this for how long? Like,
are we out the title race? No. Is it more difficult? Yes. Are Arsenal a great team? Yes.
It is what it is. It's what it is. Like, it's football.
It was always out of our hands.
It's just fine margins, and lately the fine margins have gone against us.
Well, look where we are. Right,
All I asked for was a
Right
challenge.
the keeper.
All I asked for this year was a challenge. I thought keep the 11 fit, and with Pep, we'll get through it. And I did think Arsenal would slip. Arsenal slipped, and we've got the injuries now. A 6 points is still a challenge. We're challenging. That's all I asked for was challenge.
The thing is, you were never going to win for me, after last season, how bad it was, mentally, physically, the team was down, the whole club just was in a pretty bad state last year mentally. You can't go from that to winning a league title in mentality warriors straight away. It's going to be a bumps on the road to get out there again. It's fine. So, yeah, I think we'll do all right this year. I just think that people need to be understanding that we're on the way back. But we aren't there yet. That's fine.
Unfortunately, what Arsenal have done is Arsenal have been clever. Arsenal have learned over the years. I'm going to give Arsenal some praise now.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal have built a squad.
Yeah.
Arsenal can look at the bench. They've got Eze. They've got Jacques. Not that I even rate Jacques, but they've got them. Did you see our bench last night?
6 academy kids.
5 of them should have been in bed because it was a school night.
Oh, come on, Mark. Let's not slight the kids like that.
No, I'm not. No, that's not me slighting them, Daniele. That shouldn't be giving you the facts of the reality. That's just a
lot of us thought we would have maybe
learned
learned our lesson and tried to improve the squad over the summer, and we just couldn't because nobody wants to leave, and a lot of them are just not good enough.
I wouldn't want to leave on $250,000 a week.
And I just wonder too how a club with like already has 5 center backs somehow got 2 or 3 more over the summer, and we can't seem to.
I think Ed's having some technical issues, guys. That's all.
Ed's internet is
But Kelsey,
I am coming to super chat. Sorry, I am coming to super chats.
Kelsey, the question that I still have, even if they sign center backs, will he play them?
Well, when Stones and Ake are here, no.
Can I just read? I've just got these 2.
Obviously, Diaz Vardiel are the top 2.
Bevo with the 2 months. Big up, mate. Ed's having a nightmare tonight. So big up to Bevo for that, and then follows up with the super chat. Donnarumma's played more minutes in Man City than John Stones has over the last 2 seasons combined.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's not deniable. Don't deny that. Beta Games, the Pep Out crew would want Sir Alex Ferguson out if it was back in the day.
Yeah,
this is the TikTok generation. Pep will play the best available players that Hugo gets us.
Oh.
I've just read your super chat, Bebo. Instead of moaning, you're moaning a little sod. I just read it.
He could have read it out.
Big up, mate.
Hello. How's it going?
Bang up. By the way, just before you go, Bebo, if they're good enough, yes, he let Akanji leave. This is people who were demanding Akanji, Edison, Gundogan, everyone else get out of the club.
Yep.
Savinho's not good enough. Rico Lewis is not good enough. I can go on.
I like Savinho.
Well, you need to join the
I've officially joined the Savinho Defense League. Spartacus.
Well, I started that with Spartacus. So
yes, Luke and I are in with Spartacus in the Savinho Defense League.
Failing miserably, but I'm trying my best.
But nobody wanted Pep Roulette last year, Josh. Everyone had to go at Pep for Pep Roulette over the last few years.
It was different last year, though. He literally was playing whoever was available because everybody kept getting injured. So we just whatever 11 he could get into the squad. That's all he could do. This year it's more the same.
Yes, I think there's a bit of confusion. There's either you or somebody else called King Martin was very offensive earlier to a lot of people in the chat, which is why he was booted. So I think people, because you've got the same profile picture. So if I was you, I'd either change your profile picture or try and make sure people know it's different. But we'd be nice to people in there. Go on, Bevo. Good evening, mate. Yes, they can.
Hello. I was just going to say, Calc says that she's joined the Savinio Defence League. It's quite interesting that it's called the Defence League and not the Attack League, because you can't do that either. So
there you go.
I will
Demo's not in the
actually, if he has a
Savinio
poor
camp.
performance, I will call him out. But I thought he had done. I mean, obviously shooting is not the greatest, but he was.
So that's where it's come
to.
from. Semenyo to City is off, says Patrick. I've heard very different. I know where you've heard it from.
What's up, Martin?
I know where it's come from. I know where it's come from.
Check your WhatsApp.
I know where it's come from.
But the reason Savinho, I know he missed those chances, but the reason he had those chances is because he did his job. He did his job to create the chance. And he missed the final part. Yeah, that's still a concern, but that's no reason to run him out of town. If he was as terrible as everybody said he was, he wouldn't have gotten in that position to score the goal. So, there's still something you can work with.
I just think a lot of sort of the final decision making is from him is costing us points. He's not the only one.
Exactly. There's others too.
Reinders against Sunderland, last minute of the game, decided to have a shot with his left foot rather than.
I'm so glad Bevo mentioned that. I talked about that, and that got ignored by everyone. That back pass.
Reinders missed a chance. Joshko missed a chance. Holland missed a couple of chances that Foden set up. Once again, Foden robbed of an assist when he scores it up to Holland. We were good enough to win that Sunderland game. We just missed. We created a ton of chances, and we just missed them all.
I think Pep's
been. There was a little pose, Bevo.
The mustache and the hair.
There was a little pose, Bevo. Hey, Steve. Yeah, he has got that 60s basin cut. He has. I agree with you.
Hey, do you know what? Right, the whole reason why I got this haircut, and this is no word of a lie, was because I was starting to go a little bit like Martin on the top. And rather than going the other way, where to get rid of it all, I thought, you know what? I'll grow it out and try and hide the bald bits. So
he's coming after me. Not even coming after you, Steve. He's coming after me.
I'm just not ready to let go yet. I'm too young. But
carry on,
to be honest, to be honest with you, I've been really, really impressed with Bernardo Silva the last few games. I thought in the Sunderland game and in last night's game and other games, we all know that Bernardo's not like a creative player really. He's just a workhorse. Like, he'll run around, keep things ticking over. And I actually think that against Sunderland, he was probably our best player. I think it's quite concerning how Phil's had the drop off that he has. He looked like he was starting to get back to old form. And the last few games, he's really, really not been it. It's tricky one because I feel like there's not much that really does need to change. I think we just need to start taking our chances. I think it's really, really important that Doku's back fit now, because I think when Doku came on yesterday, like I thought he was a bit of a shining light. There are concerns there for me that it's consistency more than performances really. I think consistency is key, and I think there's probably only a few that you can say that have been consistent. I think when Reinders has played, he's not been terrible. I'm certainly not on the Reinders out hype train, especially with it being his first season as well. But I do think that there are parts to his game that he needs to improve. For someone that's 27 years old, some of his decision making could be a lot better. He seems to be, I suppose, like a typical 10 in the sense of, like, when he gets in front of goal, sometimes he can be a bit greedy and just have a shot. Mamouche does the same thing. Mamouche gets himself in front of goal and he'll start having shot after shot after shot. But it's not always the way. If you've got players like Cherky that are in better positions, Haaland's in better positions, you just need to learn to just start passing it sideways, and that's the only time I will defend actually passing it sideways is when you get towards the box.
That's another thing I noticed came out last night from some, not from everyone, but some. When I say some people I interact with, why didn't we pass the ball sideways last night and just keep the ball? People were calling that boring a few weeks back.
Well, this is the whole game. That's one thing. But
This is the problem. You can't. With the players we've got, it's very hard to just switch everything on a dime. It's very hard.
People would be fine. I don't think anyone would mention it if it was like just at the end of the game to see a result out. But when you do it the whole game, people are going to whine.
I think it's the same with a lot of things, Martin. There's a time and a place to play sideways passes, just the same as there's a time and a place to take a shot. There's a time and a place to, and I think for a lot of last season and a little bit of the season before, we were doing a lot of sideways passing for the sake of doing sideways passing, but like it's everything's sort of it has to be the right reasons why you're doing it.
Yeah, of course there is, and there's a time and a place. I just think last night with the result, I think, and by the way, this is for fans. Last night, because everyone on about, it was the atmosphere was flat. Nobody wanted to sing last night because it was bloody minus whatever it was in that stadium. People were just trying to keep warm. Night games at these time of years don't create the best atmosphere. They just don't. That's just football. I don't know why. The atmosphere was flat in the stadium. It has been for a while. I think with all the injuries that happened in one go, because I keep saying this, that game changed last night when Gavardio went off. Gavardio comes off, and we've got no one from the back to line break pass anymore.
That's a problem in this squad. Then if we only have one or two players to do line breaking passes, and one of them's been out for 15 to 18 months.
Nathan Ackey's never been a line breaking passer.
Well, this whole system is now kind of dependent on it, and because this is where Spartacus brought all these points up about Donnarumma in regards to concern about the buildup. And I think we're going to see what he means, because Yashko is the only one who could really consistently do what needed to be done. The
other thing as well. The other thing is as well is this. This is what happens when in with a club in a stadium when you talk about like the atmosphere being dead. This is a result of a couple of things. It's a result of overprivileged fans that have expected, and I've said many a time, especially on this show as well, and I've got slated for it. I think one of the worst things that we did as a football club was win the treble. Not because we won the treble, but because it then became an expectation year on year. A lot of these fans that have been growing up, that are, say, 14, 15, 16, whatever, all they've known is success. All they've known is success. And if we don't get success, then, like my kid said to me not that long ago, why aren't we holding the trophy like at the end of the season last season? It's like, well, it's not a guarantee, mate. Like we don't get it every year. It's
why are we not holding
Christmas,
it?
Do you know what I mean?
Why am I not holding a trophy? What's going on here?
But this is a result. You're saying about the atmosphere being dead. This is a result of pushing out fans, replacing them with tourists, which is exactly what's happening in the North Stand.
Yep.
And a lot of long-serving City fans are now giving up their season tickets because of this, and it's a mix of tourists that haven't got a clue what songs City sing, and privileged fans that expect the world. And this is what success does. Anyway,
No, it's true.
rant over.
It's true. Unfortunately, they're catering to me, but I can only go to one game a year, so if that. So I'm trying to go later this season.
Steve
yeah.
Black.
Can
Sorry,
the
sorry.
chat leave it out?
What?
Can the chat leave this hair out? Seriously, come on.
No, we're saying I'm balding.
Steve's going well in
Oh,
here.
right, okay.
Steve is 2-footing me at the minute.
He is.
By the way, can you all smash that big thumbs up?
Steve
It
Black?
really helps your channel grow. By the way, someone asked me the other day, I do not know how we got nearly 3,000 likes on the Martin and Tone.
It might help.
The town
It might help the channel grow, but it certainly won't make the hair grow.
No, it won't make me hair grow. But no, in all seriousness, I have no idea
Well, you were just
how
in
the
Turkey
hell.
recently.
I think we just hit some algorithm on Instagram. We hit some algorithm in Instagram and it just popped. No, there was no, we're not buying likes, buy subs. We don't buy subs.
Oh,
We do not buy likes, nothing like that, as I got accused of the other day. It was a complete anomaly that we just hit upon. So massive thank you to everyone. We are very closer to 8K as well now. So big up to everyone for that. It's just amazing. Thank you. I know we're not everyone's cup of tea, especially me. The last 12 hours has proved that. So thank you to those people. Yeah. So guys, I feel like I need to put a video out. Lately of Martin is not the spokesperson. I don't work for the football club.
Martin is not the ITK. Can we just reiterate?
I'm not a top blue. Yeah,
top
I'm a
blue.
top blue, as in I go to the games and I support them. That's the only top blue I am. Apparently, I'm a top blue now.
Top reds
You
are
got
off.
some influence, Martin.
So I don't know. But yeah. But by the way, and I will say this, I'm going to be very blunt. I'm sorry to make this point. Anyone ever mentions my children or my family again like they did last night? I don't mean anyone in here. It was a DM. Was one of these who creates a Twitter account, has about 3 followers, has about 3 posts, and then they delete them again. If that happens again, I will screenshot and I will air you out live on YouTube.
No, just go to the
And
police.
then I'll report you to the police.
Yeah, police. Just go straight to the police.
You leave my kids alone.
I'll say this again, guys. It's just football. It's not that
It's a game of
serious.
football,
We're
lads.
just here to have a good conversation. We're all here because we love Manchester City. We have different opinions. We disagree, but we're just having a discussion. That's all we're doing. It's
I like that.
It's just football. It's not that serious.
By the way, DC, are you still in the building? I told you all we've now signed up to buy me a coffee, which the links are on the description. DC left a very generous donation. Thank you so much. That is amazing. Thank you so much for that. Yes, so that is a way of doing it, which helps your channel grow as well. Martin is the president of the Apple Clusters. But are you meant to be on another
leave a
screen?
generous donation with the amount of cost?
I think he went live earlier. I guess he's not
no.
live anymore.
Clay's got big up Rose. Much blessings to you. Sammy, thank you for the 15 months. Rich was coming back. I don't know where he's gone. Big up for the 15 months. You, sir, are amazing. Martin has a top blue agenda. What?
Agenda.
All right. Opinion and hammering. Don't want to talk about it.
Now, don't you?
It's a City stream. We need to stop talking about United. Martin, tell the truth, you're the CEO of the Happy Clappers, and that's why. Listen, if I'm the CEO, can people start paying me for this privilege, please? I'll send you my bank details. Pay me
They're
for
sending
it.
you coffee money. That counts as payment. Eh?
That's what you're getting.
Look at some.
Love the curtains, Luke. There you go. Head's back. Is your internet sorted?
This is, dude. Rodri.
Give me a sec.
Can I just glaze Roger for a few minutes? Because
You may.
I am so happy he's back.
Yeah.
I really hope he stays fit. I love the guy, man. We have missed him so much. That Sunderland cameo he had was incredible, and I thought he was our best player yesterday, particularly in the first half. He was doing great. Obviously ran out of gas
Rodri
a little
as
bit,
well.
and that's just going to be a thing while he gains his fitness. But I am so happy he's back. Signed the contract. Stay for 2-3 more years. I just love the guy. He's so good. He's going to be the only player who can do long balls now and through balls. So. Sorry, Rodri. We're trying to ease you back in. You're gonna have to play every game, unfortunately, until you get injured again. Hopefully not.
Nothing left.
Kind of scary.
I heard on the grapevine from someone that that Rodri was looking to continue talks to extending his contract. So I followed that up, and that is actually true. So the club and Rodri are now back in talks to sign that contract. They've been waiting to see how he recovers from his injury.
Okay.
Before offering him like nearly 400k a week.
Yeah.
I think he's still the heart and soul of our team, and he's just I just still think he is. So that's a player you want to hold on to, and I'm just happy he's back, and
he looks good, man. He looks good.
Watching him play,
he looks good.
So long.
Yeah, I
know he still has some fitness to pick up, and he's still on the mend from his because he had such a long layoff. But I just smile every time I see him in the lineup. Like I just it's been a long 18 months without him, and we've missed him so much, and it's just a pleasure to have him back.
Yes, Semenyo should be in back, so bar any issues.
Yeah, he's going to have to play that game because I don't think we're going to have a team. It's going to be him and Rico Lewis and who I don't even know who else. Charlie Gray, you're going to have to play DM because we ain't going to risk Nico G. Yeah. We ain't going to risk the center backs. The full backs are blowing smoke. They need to sit down.
Well, I had a look at this earlier. I was looking at our player page. Ain't Nora AFCON. Nathan Acker has got strapping on.
I'm still here, by the way. I'm just coughing my tea in the back.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Ruben Diaz injured. Gavardiol injured. Kushinoff knock. Rico Lewis, no one wants. Apparently. Vic Tay's out on loan. John Stones should be back soon, but he's got that. I can never say the word.
Did you just say should be back soon?
Fasciitis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
That's not good. No.
I don't think he's coming back.
He's got it in his heel.
John Stones back for a game, or is he back for 2?
2 games.
John Stones.
Where
have you got the Semenyo? Right. Where is the Semenyo off?
You don't heal from it until you retire.
Bullshit. Yeah, it's bullshit, by the way. That's Semenyo one. It's not real.
You know what? That is a great idea, Briggs. I'd love to do a Premier League show season by season.
Yeah, you mentioned doing like the main road days or something.
Why? You've seen in the last 24 hours, no one gives a flying fuck about the history of Manchester City. You only cared about what we did 3 weeks ago.
Like 1992. What was going on in 92?
Like 1945.
Most people weren't even born.
But no, I think Semenyo coming in also helps us keep some of these players fresh. Like we can rotate the 10s. We can rotate Doku.
Do you want to risk Semenyo? Well, he'll get injured as well.
Hey, mate, he's going to come in and play a lot of minutes. I know people are like,
we're going to need somebody in there.
Semenyo's not going to play. He's not going to get the minutes. He's going to be frozen out. Yeah, mate. No, he's going to play.
Like, really? Is it too early to think about who we're going to start in that lineup?
But what I will show you is, because I did want to show you this, I want to show you Max Alain's transfer stats.
Hey, Kathy, I'm big enough to be a defender.
Yeah, so
I just want to share with you Max Alain's stats.
Let's sign Ed on a 10-day contract.
Because Max Alain is obviously come back.
I think they literally signed Max Alain just to play him on Saturday.
He's 20 years old, for those who don't know. He has been in the academy for a while. Homegrown, out the academy trained, 16 appearances in. Get rid of the ad. Why did Google do this? Thank you very much. Right, so there you go. Started the season. Basically, first 2 games didn't play, then played Swansea, Blackburn, Hull, Portsmouth, Oxford. Not in the squad. And then the last since, well, funnily enough, the same day John Stones got injured, he started making every start. And he started every single game since. He's made 42 appearances for City's under-18s, 40 appearances for City's EDS. He's played centre-back 13 times, right midfield once. So there you go. His stats overall for the season have been 17 appearances, 1 in the EFL and 16 in the Championship. So there you go. If you want to know anything about Max Lane. Oh, he's got dual citizen. And he's both-footed, apparently.
Where's he dual citizen with? Oh, Barbados.
Yeah, I know Danielle said he's been doing, and a lot of people say he's been doing a good job at Watford too. So, hey man, you want your shot? You talked about it in your interviews before. This is your shot. If you want to make a name for yourself, even if he doesn't stay at City, this can be a great audition for other big clubs out there. For his future as well. So hope he comes up as well.
Elliot, where you at with Max Lane?
Yeah, good player. What I've seen of him in the academy, to be fair.
What's he been like in the Championship? Because I know you watch a lot of lower.
Yeah,
league.
good. To be fair, started off a bit. I won't say slow, but just probably getting used to it, and then he's been good. Actually, no, one of my mates is actually Watford season ticket holder. To be fair.
Oh,
He was saying he's been impressed with him. To be fair, just looks really like, which you'd imagine, City player. To be fair, good on the ball. Very like strong, like defensively, like reads the game pretty well.
Is he tall?
No, tall as in what do you mean?
Out of all the defenders we've got, who's the closest comparison to him? Is he a Stones or a Diaz or a Gabadi or an Ake? Who's he sort of
said probably, if I'm honest, I'd probably say he quite reminds me a little bit of Akanji, but when Akanji was probably fit.
Don't say that.
Oh God, no!
I think he's. I'm not sure, but I'd imagine he's about 6 foot. I guess I don't actually know his height, but I'd imagine he's about 6 foot.
6'1", apparently.
6'1", well, not too far off, but yeah, he is. He has done quite well with what I've seen. To be fair,
Can't hear anyone.
No, I did this other day, innit?
Hello.
Bevo, you can't hear
anyone.
Uh-oh.
Right, who knows Makaton? Let's go.
Put it in the chat. It's time to.
You are wanker. You
can you
are
hear me?
wanker.
Yeah, you.
Slang.
Yeah, you, mate.
Tell him to go off, then come back in it.
I just put it in the chat. I just put it in the private.
I've got you on the tally.
On telly. Now that was Yorkshire.
Oh dear.
Fucking hell.
Fucking copyrighted here, man.
What can I copyright my own stream?
Aye.
That'd be nasty work.
What if YouTube copyright my own show? Yeah, Bevo, log off, log back on. We'll see if that works for you, mate. Right, yeah, I was just wondering about him because obviously he's come back.
I don't think he's going to start in it.
Do you think he'll start at Exeter? Do you think it was
I think that's why I brought him back in it, because obviously Kushinov would have probably played in Ake. I would imagine against Exeter. I think left back.
Yeah, McAdoo probably as well. Probably.
I think he'll probably play left back against Exeter, to be honest.
Yeah, Ryan Makado.
I'm having him as I'm having him as the best. He's the best. I'm having him as the next thing from our academy, to be honest.
Oh, you love him, don't you?
I like Mikado. I think he's a very good player.
He looked very good at Oldham in the Turbo.
Just still got a lot to work on, but I think for his age, and I think he's a good player, and I think he's somebody who Pep Linders will probably like, to be honest.
By the way, if you want to see me at the Turbo Cup, I was there in my shades. I was on the website, apparently. Looking very cool, leaning on a wall.
Didn't end up well that cup.
No. All right. Anyway, swiftly moving on.
Slapped up by shitty Rotherham. No offence to any Rotherham fans.
What's
yeah.
he clipping up? People are clipping the show up. Oh, right. Yeah, he's clipping up the me calling Bevo wanker. Yeah, listen, I get people are upset. They're angry. They're emotional.
The Guardiola thing hasn't helped.
I am devastated about Yashko. Who am I going to glaze the rest of the season, Martin?
Well, you're going to have to choose someone else now.
It's easy, Rodri. Rodri is still my
No, I think it was Gavardio and Diaz in the same spell.
Same game, yeah.
That was just like
you can see
oh my
how
God.
I ain't gonna
be lost.
I ain't gonna voice my
knew Yashko was gonna miss a lot of time, and then today the confirmation. I mean, not that a tibia fracture is the greatest thing, but thank God it wasn't an Achilles tendon. That would have ended his career.
Well, that wasn't because
I
ain't gonna voice
either.
I ain't going to voice my concern on Rodri because I've got a little bit of a bad feeling about Rodri on Wednesday. Sorry.
What do you mean?
Yeah, big up.
I think he's going to get injured.
No.
They don't have Kaisid or Baleba's not there. Remember, Baleba's at AFCON, so that helps.
Tone there. Evening all, smash the like, just a quick hello. Semenyo heading in. City won't game, but depends on money demands. Yeah. City in a bad spot at least makes the window full.
Yes.
People are going to kill me.
Patrick, I know you're listening. Hold that.
I wouldn't pay 45.
It's not going to be 45.
No, it is at the minute. Palace are robbing bastards.
No. They're just sitting there.
Are you comfortable going with Husinov, Ake, and Max Alain for the?
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just go and put any money all down them for anyone.
But you do realize this is officially a crisis right now.
Well, Martin, let's also put in context. Let's also put in context. He's 25 years old. He'll be.
Ed, it won't be 45, man. It won't be 45.
No,
it won't be price.
Crystal,
just on the price.
That's one of them. They've said 45, and now we go to the table. Yeah, and now we go to the table, and now we have. Hey, can you hear us now?
You go beyond. I can go put the fear of God into them.
You are wanker. No, right. Anyway,
where's your hair?
There's no need.
Where's your head at?
There's just no need for that, is there?
No, but Martin, really.
I mean, for me, saying that, like you said, it's not our money. If they want to pay 30, 35, I know people think, oh, we're going to get him for 10 or 15. You're not.
No.
You're not getting him for 10 or 15 million.
No, we're not. No.
I still look at 35 and maybe up to 40 and just be like, yeah, it's better.
Imagine if there's a deal involved in it.
Who? It won't be any of our defenders.
Juma Ba?
Well, Juma Ba, yeah. I was saying
Ba's the only one.
Because we could just say we'll loan you Juma Ba, so you instantly have a replacement. And I think he plays in a back three at Nice, so he'd probably just slot right in. I mean, he's obviously not the same quality level.
It's not weird though that we've recalled Max Alain rather than Vitor Hayes, who's been magic this season.
Also,
do you not think that it's
his profile for build-up is needed.
I'm not sure how.
I don't think it's weird that we'll let him go, Bevo.
No, but he agreed to go, didn't he? He said that last night.
I know, but he's not going to stay. He's not going to stay as if he's been sort of told to go in a way.
Well, the man's got brains.
Yeah, but
unlike
it would have been starting now, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, Steve, we are not trying to buy Isco.
I'd have Isco.
He's still
it's not a transfer window until we get Leo.
Is it Betis, isn't it?
Still playing, isn't it?
Still playing, yeah. Let's get him in. Why not?
So does Isco Picasso?
Hey, we might as well sign Bruno Guimaraes while we're at it, right?
Bruno.
Koulibaly.
Koundé, we're getting Koundé, right?
No, I got rinsed on Koulibaly. I can't talk about Koulibaly anymore. I got done over that.
Is it too late to be putting in a late one for Cancelo and shipping off Rico Lewis?
Oh.
No, he's already going to Barcelona.
Welcome back.
Be sarky,
Why
Ed.
does Barcelona have money for Cancelo?
You know what? Could you imagine the actual irony, though, if they went and did that?
Yeah.
Cool.
You come
mean,
back, and Rico's going,
In hindsight, that looks like a
That
terrible
would be
decision. I
peak
don't.
irony right there.
Full circle.
I don't, let's Puna, I don't know if we're getting Gay, but we have entered official negotiations today.
Do we have
By the way,
Leon
I'm going to
Gay.
say this again. Mark
Do we have
Gay,
another
Mark
player we
Gay gets a decision in this as well.
Yeah.
No, he
Do
doesn't.
we have
He's
another name
signing.
we might be looking at?
I
Or we
mean,
don't know.
I mean, he'll get the game time.
We're going to hog tie him and put him in the boot of the car and bring
Well,
him
he
down.
would start the rest. If Genki came to City, he would start the rest of the season because I don't think Yashio is going to be back until next season. So
no,
that
Joshua
job
won't be
is
back
his.
now. No.
No,
He-
not
he's not coming back. He's gonna need to
Vardial,
integrate-
yeah, I don't think Vardial
he's gonna
goes
need
to
to
World Cup
integrate him
either.
slowly next season anyway. So
If it's anything like what we know that Don Biana can do, we'll be saying to Crystal Palace, listen, he's 40 quid and a Twix, and he's coming with us whether you like it or not.
But we're sending some friends down to
Oh,
South.
by the way, we'll sign him on a 5-year deal, and you can pay 60% of his wages for the next 3.
Yeah, I would not count on Yashko to be back until.
Oi, no one wants
September.
Adrian 47. Everyone wants to drop him now forever.
Yeah.
Well, Agent 47 is a little less derogatory than number 47.
I'm not gonna say- I think Foden could do with a game or two on the bench. I wouldn't actually disagree with that. I think he looks tired. And Elliot talked about that. I think he looks knackered
Yeah.
at the minute.
I
But-
tried to
but
bench
he's
it. I would
been
try
poor.
to rest him against Brighton and rest him against Exeter. So then by the
No,
time
I wouldn't rest him against Brighton.
I would.
Do you know when I'd rest him?
Doku.
I'd give him
and
extra for
then
Newcastle.
start Tijani behind
Newcastle.
Holland as a 10. And
I'd
then,
give him
Ryan
Exeter
Turkey.
and I'd rest him for Exeter and Newcastle.
Yeah. Newcastle just get a draw.
Just give him the 10
I
days.
mean, if you could just save him for what's the next Premier League game after Brighton?
I
Is it
wouldn't
the
play him
Derby?
on Wednesday, to be honest.
United.
Yeah, just save him for the Derby. Give him like 10 days off. Or just bring him off the bench against Brighton or something. Maybe just having a little mental break would refresh him. If he had to come on, he has to come on. But why not? Let's get Doku back and get Doku back in. I'd love to see him start. He look lively.
Who's taken over at United? Is it shit yourself, Fletcher?
Darren Fletcher. Yeah,
I'm really praying it's Maresca.
Are they going to have a new manager bounce
Greatest
against us like this?
Why would he do
This
that
guy
when he's got a better
managing his
job
first
lined up?
game ever yesterday.
Piss off Elliot. That's why I want him to go in at United.
I don't get this set on Maresca, me.
Nah.
So he's not going to. So has he or has he not done a good job with Chelsea?
Well, the problem is if you sign Gahey, because they're playing the FA Cup this weekend. Also, you'd have to be worried about him being cup tied to Palace.
Yep.
Good in
They're
what
gonna play him the
aspect?
whole season for the FA
Right,
Cup.
Well, they won
You're gonna
they won
throw
2 trophies. He's
Right,
averaging
hang on.
23.
No, this is where I'm going to kick back. The Club World Cup, I couldn't give 2 tiny shits about.
Is it a trophy?
We went out early in that, and we've still got over half a team injured.
No.
Because Yashko played 5,000 minutes last year between club and country. Most of our team still starts for their country. We always forget that. Yashko always starts for Croatia.
No, I
something
actually
was gonna
don't like
happen to
next
him.
season's. You're sharing that everywhere, you. I do not like.
yeah,
next
Kay's talking about his home kit.
I
Kate
like it
selling
because
shirts?
it reminds me. My favourite City kit of all time was. Do you remember the one, the Adebayor year, where it was like a fleecy type of woolly material? It wasn't like a football shirt. It was more like a woolly football shirt.
Yeah,
That is my favourite City top of all time. I think it was Umbro.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of that.
Was a sexy kit with a very sexy man in it.
I had that kit. Come
Yeah, kinky.
I'm a
But on
sucker
mine, it
for a
doesn't
collar.
say King Cladzer. It says King Cladzer.
Mm.
And I also, my other one,
Did he want
I'll
to
show you my favourite ever away kit. There was that one. even though it was the Kappa shirt.
I've got to find that one.
Good luck trying to find it. It's about 300 quid to find that one.
That's fine. I'll do it anyway.
And then the other one, which people
You're
may not,
calling
there
it
was a
bait,
limited edition one. There it is. Those two. Best away kits we ever had.
The pub one's
I
nice.
like the white and purple one. Yeah,
We'll do a show on that one day. We'll go through 101 City shirts. Got that off my son at Christmas. Oh.
It's a good book. I've got
as well as a City trimming kit.
I just, do you know what?
Because we couldn't afford Manscaped.
It wasn't so much the design of that kit that I liked. It was the fact that it was like a weird material. It was like you put it on and it felt like you were sticking on a jumper. It was weird.
No, listen, I can't blame Pep Lindis for everything.
No, because we had these injury problems last season before Pep Linders came in. So you can't really blame him. It's just been I mean, we have injury-prone players. We're burnt, so they're not rotating with other players. They're getting injured. Also, Diaz was injured a lot last season too. It's not really a surprise that something came up. And my biggest fear now is that the cycle will restart again where we rush him back too soon. He just gets re-injured right away. So I really hope we bring in a senior center back and let Diaz heal. It's going to be tough, but let him heal properly. Because we're in a dire situation with no Yashko, because Yashko was the only guy who didn't get injured last year, and now he's out for the rest of the season very likely. So it's a really tough spot.
This is the problem with what happens when you have a Pep style team. Like when you have a Pep team, like Pep doesn't like a lot of players. He prefers to work with the bare minimum, and when you work with the bare minimum, you get a lot of players that can play in a lot of different positions, but you don't have many of them. So like you've got, Phil that can play the 8, the 10, right wing. You've got Doku that can play left wing, right wing. You've got so many different Cherky that can play sort of pretty much all three. Pep likes to sort of buy players that you can put them in a lot of different positions. Like Nunez was never brought in as a right back. He was brought in as a midfielder. And it just so happens that's where he's ended up. We brought Nico O'Reilly through the academy. He was supposed to be in as a midfielder. He ended up getting put at left back. Pep doesn't like a lot of players in his team. And I think that kind of shows. Like, you look at who we're actually missing from our team at the moment. You've got Mamouche and Aït-Nouri, who are out at AFCON. You've had Rodri that's been out injured. Now it's Nico G. And obviously now you've had Stones who's kind of injured. You look at our bench over the last sort of 4 or 5 games. It's had like 5 academy products on it. If you lose just one of your starting 11, you will have an academy product sitting on the bench because he only has enough to fill a starting 11 and the bench. You lose 1 or 2 of them, you're having to bring in academy products. You can't. There's no one else you can bring in. So it's the downfall of having a Pep team is that the squad size is always very, very small. And if you're playing 2-3 games a week every week for months on end, it's inevitable that you're going to get injured. Like I was saying to LB before, like when you're playing Yosko, basically every game for like 2, 3, 4 seasons straight, however long he's been with us, like he is going to get injured. Like I said to Martin at the start of last season, I think it was on a space, I said there will come a time where Rodri's going to get injured and we are going to really, really suffer. Because the guy's playing so many minutes that, it's not sustainable. And like I was saying to Luke over on Not In My Lifetime that we did a show the other day, like the same thing's going to happen with Arsenal when they're spamming out Declan Rice every 2-3 games, every 2-3 games a week. You've got Gabriel that's been injured, Saliba that's been injured. Both of them have come straight back into the team and they're going to get spammed out again and again and again. It's just a matter of time before they start losing players as well. Like, look at Saka. Saka's constantly in and out of the team. He's in and out of the team because he keeps getting hammed out on the right-hand side game after game. It's what happens when you're putting that much stress on your body, like, because you're not just talking about like 2-3 games a week. You're also having 2 or 3 intense training sessions to prepare for those games. So it's basically, in a way, like playing 6 games a week. Like you're doing that
we
for
say
months.
that about Arsenal, though. I feel like one of our players gets injured. So let's stop. Let's stop. I feel like some people are hoping it happens to Rice and Gabrielle and whatever because it's happened to us. I feel like every time that gets put out there, one of our players gets injured. So
that is what is going to happen. Keep spamming
karma is real. I just have to say that.
Yeah. The same as we do, though. Like if they keep doing that, they're gonna get injuries. Like and that's just. Well,
it's Pep and
I think it's wishful thinking.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Anyway, final thoughts. We'll leave it there. I am going to send you all over to Ryjack, who's currently live.
Oh.
So you're going to give Ryjack a lot of love. Listen, I get people are hurt. They get it. The injuries are a disaster. City should make the move for Gay on the move, open talks. I think they'll go around 30-ish.
Yep.
I think you need to be putting in 40 at least. I know he's only got 6 months left on his contract, but I think you're gonna. If you're putting in,
DEFCON 3. We need an experienced center back.
Between 30 and 35, I think that bid will go in today, tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
I think if you put in too much of a low offer, you're going to end up in a.
I think 30 million is a good offer.
Yeah, no, it is. But if you're putting in
for him this summer, absolutely nothing. But I hope. I just hope the player would accept it. You know, the player has to want to come too, and I don't know if he will.
Yeah, there you go. 32, 33.
C'est 32 millions. We could also give hey, what if we throw in some clauses for Premier Leagues and whatever?
Yeah, don't forget, there won't be a show this Friday. We'll be back the Friday after. Even though there should be a show this Friday because we may have big news on Friday, but somebody's working in the office. Naughty boy, Tom. Naughty boy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but probably going to be the Friday after. Big up Tom for giving up his time. It was a great show. Blues Down Under should be back tomorrow with the Brighton chat and the Brighton preview. And then Stateside Blues is back post-match Brighton. As soon as I get back from the very cold Brighton.
Dangerous.
Pardon?
Dangerous.
What is?
Finish after a Wednesday night game against Brighton.
I know. We'll see.
I'm scared.
We'll see.
I'm not going to be around though, so
Chelsea's not on. She's going away. What she means is she's ducking it.
I saw Yashko was injured. I'm out. You're not going to see me the rest of the season, so I had to come tonight to say goodbye.
Yeah, Daps is fine. Well, I'm going to speak to Daps and reach out, but Daps is still on Never a Foul, so we'll reach out as well. Yeah, just please be nice to each other. I know it's emotional and it's a game and everyone gets into it, but be nice to one another. If people share news, they're sharing news, but they're giving their opinions. People's opinions are allowed, whether you agree or you don't agree, allow them. Let's not do personal attacks. People want the standards, let them. If people just want to support, let them support. Just enjoy it. Just be nice to one another.
Yeah.
We can't have, it's going back to where it was last season, and that was nasty.
Remember, guys, it's just football. It's not that serious.
No, it's not.
This is supposed to be like a hobby.
I don't know, Governor. I need to find out,
I'm
Governor.
going to go cry over Yashko for 6 months.
I'll let you know, Governor. If Pat can't do it, I'll do it. I'll host it if Pat can't do it. And
Hey,
yes,
Mike, we're not.
Just to touch on something as well, this whole, if Haaland doesn't score, City don't win, that's just the biggest myth going. Like, has Haaland scored in our last 3 games?
No. No. He has 6 goals in his last 12 games. 6 goals last 12 games.
That's what I mean. It's just a myth.
Sorry, Steve. I'll actually be back next week.
I think it's more been
Sorry,
his
Steve.
performances, Bevel, to be fair, why people were a little bit
Not
frustrated.
that in a while. Brass monkeys.
Because I thought we were very good against Sunderland. We created a bevy of chances. We didn't put any of them away, but we still played. I think we played well enough to win that game. Even yesterday, I think we could have put one or two more in, but we just have somehow
There won't be a
gone
space
cold
tonight.
in front of net.
People got two persons, so we're avoiding spaces.
Mine's like,
Oh, really? Wow, what happened?
Piss off, you know exactly what happened. I've spoken to you privately, you know what happened. Haaland out
I heard
betraying
some drunk people showed up.
No comment. 0 degrees here. Anyway, we'll be back. Blues Down Under. Me or Pat will be hosting it. Hopefully Alan's back. Stateside Wednesday. Thursday, we'll do a big show. Countdown to the FA Cup, but we'll get the transfer show. Go and give Not in My Lifetime a lot of love. You got anything coming up, gentlemen?
Well, we do actually, yeah. We've got a few things planned for like little videos here and there, and also won't say when it's going to be, but Tone's coming on the channel at some point soon, so that is going to be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go and give them a lot of love.
We've got a lot coming up with. I was just going to say, the one thing that we're going to start doing is we're going to start doing regular videos, not just City related, but Premier League related. They're not going to be streams. They're going to be pre-recorded videos. We're probably going to put out, one a day, something like that. Just sort of 8 to 10 minute videos on our thoughts, sort of, on who we think's going where now that the transfer window is open. And probably just shithouse our way into Arsenal fans' heads, probably.
Well, don't worry. I've got blue pill, red pill tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Oh, with a gal. Oh, no.
I thought that show got canceled.
So I will have to take some humble medicine. I've already been told, by the way, I'm not allowed to use injuries.
Well, just tell them how great Max Elaine is.
So there you go. Anyway, Cal, anything coming up on yours? I know you're going away.
Pat did a stream while I was on here. I don't have anything planned. Yeah, I'm not gonna be around on Wednesday, so I actually don't know if there'll be a watch along. I'm gonna have to watch a replay of the game because I'm going to the Bay tomorrow. I'm going home for a night. Going to a hockey game.
Safe journey home, Ed. I will see you later on, seeing as you are one of my guys who follows me around and kisses my rear end everywhere. So I'll see you soon.
I hope you do a space tomorrow so I could listen to it on the drive home, or not tomorrow, then on Wednesday, like a post game space. Oh no, you'll be doing American Stateside Blues. I could listen to that while I'm driving home.
Anyway, this is going to send you over. Elliot, thank you for joining us, mate. I won't say you're doing out because you don't do out. Well, you work, but you don't go on shows, apart from this one. You've got now, unless you want to promote something. Have you got out you want to promote?
We're going to get Ed on
Keep your eyes on. Yeah, that's it, Bevel, man. Yeah, just keep your eyes on.
I'll back a fellow panelist there.
Yeah, just keep your eyes on Pep Linders to West Ham as manager. That's all I'm going to say.
You are the biggest shit out walking.
Why?
Because you know exactly what you do, and I'm the only one who knows what you're doing.
I'm not doing anything.
Anyway, enjoy all. Safe trip. Everyone's saying stay safe in this weather, and I hope everyone who's injured, especially Cabadio, gets healthy as soon as possible. Take care. Mankway raid in the chat over with Rajak, and we'll see you all very soon. This is going to take you straight over to Rajak.